Welcome back to another Excel tutorial. Today we want to explore how to use the EOMONTH function. The EOMONTH function in Excel is used to return the serial number of the last day of the month, a specified number of months before or after a start date. This function is highly useful for financial and planning purposes where the end of a month signifies a deadline or a milestone, such as the end of a billing cycle, a reporting period, or a financial quarter. Some key points about the function. The function calculates the end of the month, taking into account the actual numbers of days in the month, adjusting for leap years as necessary. If start date is not a valid date, EOMONTH returns the value error. And if the date is outside of Excel's date range, which goes from January 1st, 1900 to December 31st, 9999, the function will return a number error. EOMONTH is particularly useful for financial calculations that need to align with the end of a month, regardless of whether that month has 28, 29, 30, or 31 days. So let's jump into the sheet. You can see the EOMONTH function belongs to the date and time functions within Excel and will return the serial number of the last day of the month before or after a specified number of months. The syntax starts by EOMONTH, followed by open parenthesis, then start date and the month, and then you close the parenthesis again, where start date is the starting date and month is the number of month before. Then you type in a negative integer, so a negative value, or after, then you just type in the integer as it is, the start date. And here in this table, we can just do a quick example for the EOMONTH function, just for you to see how it works. So if we type in equals EOMONTH, then we need a start date. And now we can say 0, for example, then it will give us the last day of the current month, which is March. As you can see, it works out. So March 2024, the last day is 31st of March. And for example, here we have January. If we do the same for this row, we get the last day of January. If we say +1, so January +1, then we should get February. And as you can see, as in 2023, the last day of February was 28th of February. It will return 28th, and sometimes February has 29 days. And if this would be 2024, then you can see in 2024, February has 29 days, and the EOMONTH function will automatically recognize this and will return the correct value. Now you may be asking, where do I need the EOMONTH function when I work with it? And you can imagine to work in accounting, and you need to determine the due date for invoices that are always due at the end of the month following the invoice issue month. For example, if an invoice is issued on March 22, 2024, the due date should be the last day of April 2024. And this is where the EOMONTH function comes into play, and you can use it to automatically calculate the correct due date. So for example, if we say right here, we have the order date on 22nd of March 2024, and our customers will always get an invoice automatically sent per mail to their mail account. So they get the invoice on the same day, which is 22nd of March. And for every order in March, the last day for payment should be the last day of April. And therefore you can use the EOMONTH function by just typing in =, EOMONTH, open parenthesis, then the start date, and then we say the last day of 1 month after the day of order. So we type in 1, we close the parenthesis, and we get the last day of April. This is the last day that those customers are allowed to pay their order. We can now drag this formula down, and as you can see, it will work for all the rows that we have inside. So for this order in January, we get 29 because it's in February, and February sometimes has 28, sometimes 29 days. And the EOMONTH function will notice that and will do it automatically correct. This is basically how the EOMONTH function works. You can of course also subtract days or month For example, if you don't want to get 1 month after this order date, just for an example reason, I will show you how it works. If you want to have like negative values, you just start by EOMONTH again, then you fill in the start date, and then we can also say, I don't know, -3. And as you can see, this will work out perfectly fine, as well as it will just subtract the month. So here's March, right here we will get December, and we get the last day of December, and also the year will change because this is 2024. And then if we subtract 3 months from March, we'll get to December, which is in another year, so we'll get 2023. I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to follow, and see you in the next video.